Hello, everyone. Hope we're all doing well. Happy Tuesday? Tuesday. Monday went by in a flash. I got my radio news done for the week. That's all submitted. Probably will be on the air, if not tonight, sometime tomorrow, whenever Dan gets around to uploading it. Oh, I'm no longer in drag. Don't need that up anymore. That was a wild stream if you caught it. Yeah. Raukangren, did you miss my stream on Sunday? The VOD is available. I did a Pride themed event and I was dressed in drag for real. I'm not joking. You can look at the VOD if you don't believe me. I don't have any picture for my stream overlay up right now. Hello, GDA, Polywow, Gildark. If you were watching the beginning of stream, you probably noticed I had a bit of an ethical quandary. Before we get started, actually, while we continue, I'll fill you in on this question. And I'd love to see what you guys think about it, because I actually find it to be a sort of a strange gray area for rules enforcement. And I'd love to know what people think. We are right on Nat Pagel's Isle, because if we take a look at my, where is it? Skills. I am very close to getting 225. When I get 225, I'm going to do the Nat Pagel fishing quest, because I love fishing. And now that means I'm going to get 2 orcs that can do fishing. I'm very excited about that. No relation between Rexxanna and Vrograg, officially. But these last 5 levels might take a minute, so bear with me. Bear with me. So, I'm pretty sure I do have my rod equipped. Okay. So, let me sit so I can do this. All right. So, here's the question. I will actually bring this up on the database, Suntara. Okay. This is an alliance-only quest. It is called the Suntara Stones. It is part of an escort where you escort a dwarf around not Searing Gorge. No, it is Searing Gorge. At the very end, the dwarf will get, I think, killed, or maybe he survives. I don't quite remember. I'm Horde, so I don't. But he drops a letter. Now, here's where things get interesting. This letter object that the dwarf drops, for some reason, will flag players. I have it on good authority, because I met the the vicious murderer, you could say. Some hardcore characters have died, and some characters completely caught unawares get killed in PvP, because clicking this letter flags you for PvP. Now, I'm curious, do you think this was intended by Vanilla WoW? I'm asking this because, according to all the research I did, for almost the entirety of the quest's existence, from what I could find, this quest was bugged on official vanilla servers. It never worked correctly. So we have no way of discerning what was the actual vanilla design, if that matters. So, some people issue some complaints to GMs, couple bug reports go in. a player who was using this advanced knowledge of this letter's interaction to kill players was then messaged by a GM to say, hey, stop using this exploit. Now that you've been warned, if you continue to do it, we'll take disciplinary action. So, do you think that's fair or not? I would love to hear what you guys think. I have my own thoughts, but I've heard a pretty big variety of things from people, so I'm kind of curious. Hello, Onega, Silviush. Who else we got here? GDA, hello. Oh, sorry, and I think I missed it. Thank you for the follow, Bardo. I am on Nordanaar. This is part of a leveling challenge. If you're curious about the challenge I'm doing, you can do !Rexxar to find out what the Path of Rexxar challenge is all about. It's not hardcore. It's not slow and steady. It's just some personally imposed challenges I put on myself for this. And it's also my first time playing Hunter, although I've gotten more proficient. And GDA asks, what's the specs on your PC? I have a 1080 graphics card. The only real beefy thing I have in my computer is actually my processor. I upgraded it because I was doing a lot of video editing, and my video editor primarily uses my processor, so I wanted to get that to be a bit more beefy. If you're really curious, I can look it up later, GDA. But yeah, I am curious what people think about that. Like, is it fair for a GM to ask you not to engage in PvP for a quest that flags players? One other thing, if it changes your mind or if it matters, my understanding is that the NPC who you are escorting is a flagged NPC. However, the quest itself doesn't flag you until you click the letter. So to say there's no warning about getting flagged would be a little disingenuous, I would feel. There isn't like a pop-up warning that says, hey, by the way, this is a PvP quest. So if that makes a difference. Polywow says, I think that hardcore players shouldn't be PvP killable if they didn't specifically turn on their PvP themselves. Yeah, I can see that. There are some quests and some zones that how would you deal with that, for instance? So if you're hardcore Horde and you walk into Stormwind, what happens? There's automatic flagging there. What if you are in a group with other hardcores? Perfectly normal thing to happen. You can be with other hardcores and they summon you into Stormwind. Should a separate dialogue box pop up? They'd be like, hey, are you sure you want to go to Stormwind? And also, do you think that's feasible? That's another part. I mean, in an ideal world, Polly, I don't disagree with you. I think that, yes, that is the way it should be. And yeah, I don't think the GM is being unreasonable. I do want to say that. I think it's a perfectly reasonable take to be like, hey, this seems bugged. This might be bugged. I think it is disingenuous to say it's bugged for a fact because I could not confirm that. And I don't know where that GM is getting that information because, like I said, the original vanilla implementation of the quest doesn't make it clear because it was bugged the entire time. And if you really want to go another level deeper, does that mean if it was always bugged during vanilla, does that mean having it continue to be bugged is actually vanilla design? Because the team very, very often will take their hands off anything that's vanilla and be like, we're not changing that, that's vanilla. For a lot of things. Not everything, obviously, right? But I've seen that quite a few times. I don't get the players that want to kill players while standing at tents. I mean, that's a whole different ball of wax, Sylviash. I don't understand it either, but... Oh, Barto! You got a guy to 60 on hardcore on Tel'abim. That's crazy. I do know of there were some players like, I want to say like 6 months ago that did it. It was, there was some controversy surrounding how exactly they did it, but I don't want to open that can of worms. But I know you're not the first, but it's still quite an achievement. So congratulations to you. Why am I standing? Oh, there's a mob on behind that I right-clicked, I guess. Okay. Gildark says, I think the GM dev's responsibility to take action to either fix or disable the bug. Well, okay, so Gildark, that's true. I mean, obviously it is. But as a follow-up to that, my question then would be, so what is the appropriate thing to do right now? Should you be able to tell players, hey, if you know about this bug that's flagging players who are unaware, you should get punished for it? Or is it up to the people in either the hardcore community or just people in the alliance to let each other know that, hey, this flags you? Another little fun piece of trivia about this quest specifically, like I said, the escort NPC you are taking around is a flagged NPC. So if you're Horde, you can just swoop in and kill this guy at any time. Now, that's not really that's not like what's it's like, oh, that's not the bug part. The bugged part is when you click a letter that he drops, that flags you. And here's, so after looking at it a lot, right, and hearing a bunch of different sides, sadly, I kind of end up riding the fence on this one. So I think it's fair for GMs to say, hey, you're using knowledge that no one else has to take advantage in a PvP situation. All right, I can definitely see that. But at the same time, how can a player who doesn't want to be PvP not be aware? That's sort of where I'm at, because you have a flagged NPC you are escorting, and it's not a short escort either. You have to escort him for a good long time. And that also means, by the way, if you're like a priest or something, you try to buff that NPC, you'll get flagged too. You see what I'm saying? So the signs are there. If a flagged NPC drops something, is it a reasonable assumption that clicking it would flag you? Or is that an unreasonable thing to think? Again, I could really see this going either way. I think because there are so many warning signs, I'm actually leaning towards PvPers looking for people doing the quest. I don't think it's a bug. If I'm being perfectly honest, I And that's why in this, now don't get me wrong, I love the GMs. Everyone knows that. I just think in this particular instance, I don't think a warning is warranted. And listen, my mind is open about this. If someone has more like qualifying information about this specific quest and how like I can prove it's bugged, like look right here, I would be more than willing to rescind that. But I think a player's inattentiveness shouldn't be something that a GM should say, well, hold on. That guy's an idiot. You can't attack idiots. I know that's not what they're saying, by the way. That's not what they're saying. But in my head, that's all I hear. I'm like, come on, man. Like, the signs were there. It's like, well, I had no idea it would flag me. Really? The flagged NPC dropped an item, and you're like, well, surely this won't flag me. Really? Okay. I know things get ratcheted up a little bit more when it's hardcore, but again, with hardcore, you need to be more careful, no? I leveled up my first character here as hardcore. Vrograg was. If I saw anything that was flagged, I ran the other way, like a little chicken. That's what you're supposed to do if you're a coward like me. Hello, Jose. Lax. It's easy to miss that you're flagged, Sylvia. That cannot be an excuse, dude. A lack of observation or attentiveness is not an excuse to be like, I had no idea. That is part of the skill, because that's like saying, well, like, I had no idea that guy was elite and he killed me. That's unfair. You see what I'm saying? You can't start that slippery slope. And I know even that comparison's a little unfair because flagging is very weird on a PvE server. On a PvP server, like what Bardo did, you're flagged the whole time. You're white knuckling it the whole time. So like, that's a different ball of wax. But on PvE, where there's like, you know, you don't get, if you're flagged, it's probably because you chose to be flagged. Yeah, Vareen, I do agree with you. Vareen says, speaking as a person who first played WoW ever, so first time playing WoW was on Turtle. It's definitely not intuitive at first how it works. Now I get it and live with the consequences. The rest of the players know it. So I think that's a good point, right? So if you're hardcore crying foul about this, and I don't want to gatekeep people's experience of having a hardcore character, but I think it's reasonable to assume that if you're doing hardcore, you are either willing to face the consequences of not knowing a lot about the game if it's your first time, or the presumption is you're experienced enough to know what you're doing. Now, I find this particular circumstance, like, the more I looked into it, the more I was like, so the quest was always bugged? And then I remember I actually looked into it. I had a member of my guild. I'm like, hey, have you done this quest? And they're like, no. I'm like, can you just do it for me? And I followed along and I watched the whole thing. And I'm like, wow. Interesting. Because if there's one thing you guys know about me, I love me some rabbit holes. And this has been like a rabbit hole for me. Slips, by the way, I full disclosure, Slips. This was my welcome screen. You might notice that chat. Yeah, Slips, if you'd like to let me know your opinion about this, do you think, no, again, I will say it as many times as I need to. I am not saying the GMs are doing a bad job. I think I can fairly say I like GMs, and I can disagree with some of their choices. In this particular case, I think I actually disagree with the choice. I am not telling Hot Step or anyone to do not break rules because you don't agree with them. That is also not what I'm saying. I'm saying to, in a constructive fashion, be like, okay, that's fine. Like, I don't agree, but obviously, like, you're here to arbitrate the rules. That's fine. And then, you know, speak your piece in a forum or in the Discord, or, you know, talk with someone else who's on the team if you can. I think that's a correct thing to do. Never argue with GMs. Their job sucks enough as it is. Do not make their job worse. But I really thought it was like an interesting discussion, because how much responsibility does a player have with the strange and like Vareen was saying before, the downright arcane system of flagging? Is it the responsibility of the player to understand that they could flag if they're inattentive? Is this quest actually bugged? Sorry guys. I just wanted to fish and chill for a little bit, but I've been sitting on this one all day. Also, I don't remember who said it, but thank you. I saw someone in chat say, Vrograg looking clean with the shaved face. I shaved my face to do the, I dressed in drag for the Pride-themed event I did on Sunday. So, it is a little weird still seeing my face without a beard. But the stubble's coming back, and I'm feeling better about it now.
Become one with the land. Feel the earth.
Slip said, well, they told me not to do it, so I won't do it. Good. That's good. You can't take the moral high ground at all if you just start flagrantly ignoring what a GM asks you to do. So that's good. But at the same time, I definitely disagree with them on it too. It's truly bugged. They should remove it. So, Slips, you might have missed this, but at the beginning of the stream, I did a bit of a deep dive on the quest itself. I looked at its vanilla behavior, and according to, like, I'm not trying to undersell this. Almost every single comment about this quest was that it was bugged. It has, like, seemingly always been bugged during the vanilla run. So I'm like, how do you know it's bugged? Like, how do you know how it's supposed to work? And let's say something's not working the way it's supposed to be, right? Are you also going to tell me that a flagged NPC who drops an item, you interacting with that shouldn't flag you? Because that kind of sounds like that's how it should work. I played Druid as my first character, so I was buffing everyone into being a good person. I had to learn that. Yep. Yeah, that is a tough lesson. I remember even when I was doing hardcore, there were like add-ons that would, because there were way less PvP protections back then for hardcores. But there were add-ons that would just straight up not let you buff anything that was PvP. Another interesting thing, Hot Steppa says, because what's stopping other people from PvPing when they see them flagged? And will those people unknowingly get punished for bug abuse? Now, let's also be fair here. You knew that this was flagging people and that people were surprised by it. That's an advantage you had. So, like, let's not act like you innocently walked up on these people that were flagged. You know, if we're keeping it 100%. That being said, though, it doesn't sound like the GM was saying, you know, if you fight someone who's flagged, you'll be in trouble. That also wasn't what the GM was saying. The GM probably noticed you scoping out that spot as a shaman, you have farsight, so you can just kind of watch. Also, you know, you can just kill that NPC who's doing the escort. The escorted NPC can just be killed by Horde. Sylviash, that's I think that's a good general statement. If you're in a contested zone at any time, you have to be aware that you could get flagged if you're not careful. Also, fun fact, I got it confirmed by the team. Some of you might have watched the trailer the team dropped for Northwind. This is going to be like a 1.18 new village zone area. It's going to be a contested zone. And I was told by team members that there will be some amount of like Horde quest or content there. Which is kind of wild considering like it's just north of Storm. It's between Stormwind and Ironforge. It's like above where the tram is, if you think about it. It's not unheard of. If you know about Tearsfall Uplands, you'll know that there's actually Alliance quests in that area, and that's like right next door to Undercity. So it's not like the first of its kind, but I did not think they would have any Horde content for that zone. Vereen says, my primary gripe is only in neutral cities, and the interact button being attack button and the pan camera button. Yes. Yeah, that can be a problem. Oh, JT is asking, am I allowed to speak about... Listen, I'm independent. The team, I'm not staff. I can do whatever I want. I more or less act as like the de facto ombudsman, I would say, for like the team. I will like internally test things that they say are true. I will act as like a community advocate when they're saying stuff. But I'm not a team member. I could say anything about Epoch. I have pretty regularly gotten people go like, "Oh, are you gonna play Epoch?" Yeah, oh, you know what I should do? I should have a chat command for Epoch, because I get the question enough. I probably will try out Epoch, but I'm probably going to try it like 4 to 6 months after it launches. And that's not a slight at Epoch, that is more of my aversion to fresh chasers. I'm just like, I can't be bothered, man. Like, I just don't really vibe with that crowd. You really need to bind the interact button in Booty Bay because right-clicking is really sketchy. Yep. Hello, Sonic. Good to see you, friend. Yeah. Hot Step, I see you saying that it should be fixed ASAP. The turnaround on fixing stuff like that, it is not always immediate. Sometimes, like, if they know about it and it's going to take a week or two, the only solution they have is literally to have GMs sit there and be like, hey, don't do that. Hey, this is an exploit, don't do that. And, you know, if you're an Alliance player, maybe let your Alliance homies know. I know I actually spent some time... I went to the Hard Chores Discord to let them know. I'm like, hey, you guys are a good part of the hardcore community. Maybe spread the word. Let the other people know that, like, this is a easy way to get flagged if you're not paying attention. Dan, I have a really freaky story for you about the news turnaround. It's kind of a dumb story, but I hopped into the... Oh, hey, Vereen, is it Vereen? Yeah, Vereen. I had a great time doing the charity event. Also, if you didn't know, we raised $231 for Rainbow Railroad Foundation, which helps the people in the LGBT community who are living in areas where being that is like illegal, have funds to move to a place where it is legal or safe. So big shout outs to anyone who showed up, or if you just watch the VOD, or if you support. Thank you. That was awesome. It was a great moment. And if you really want the jump scare, you can go back and watch the VOD. Full drag. Murag did all my makeup. I stole one of her dresses. It was a good time. It was a good time. Thank you for coming, Farine. So, Sylvia, exactly. You die, you're like, well, I guess we're going again. Sometimes the lessons you learn are pretty tough. Oh yeah, Sonic. When I see you next IRL, I'll have to show you how everything went. It was really good. Typical rogue behavior. Yeah, Verena, I'm really happy to hear you're living in a place that's like safe. That's good. Do we have that? No. Oh, so Dan, since if anyone doesn't know what we're doing, I should probably say I am getting my last levels before I can do. I need 4 more levels till I can start the 300 fishing quest. So Dan, the story I had to tell you, I think most people know I have a rather circumspect and arm's length relationship with AI. All the music you hear, that's all AI slop I make, but much of that has to do with like copyright and YouTube just being absolute jerks about it. That's not even the word I want to use, but that's a different thing, right? So, I'm sure many of you have heard my news programs, whether it's on the radio, whether it's one of my videos. Obviously, I don't do all of those off the cuff. I script all of them. And I have over 100 scripts just for news since 2023 when I started doing this. My style's changed a little bit over time. How I structure the news has changed. But on a lark, yesterday, I watched some video about how you can have a LLM take your writing and emulate your style. Now, I'm someone who has a BA in English. I do tons of writing. I love writing. And I, as a writer, and I'll stretch the word artist really hard here, but I feel like writing's an art, right? And what I do is sometimes like art. I'm like, I don't think an LLM can actually capture my tone, capture my voice, all that. So I took 16 of my scripts from all throughout the 2+ years I've been doing news, and I pushed them into a Claude. I pushed it into Claude. I said, hey, this is my writing style. Analyze it, and, you know, I said, like, hey, like, so I think the instructions were like, hey, the attached files, this is like my writing style. I'm interested if you can generate a new script based on this. You know, processes, context. Yeah, I could do that. I'm like, all right. So I made up like a bunch of random facts and figures. I put in like Like, oh, the S&V 200 was up 50%, and like, a Tordo walked into the market square and shot a man. Like, I said a bunch of stuff like that, right? Just made up a bunch of baloney news. I was just like, here's all the facts for this week's news. And then I sent it, said, and based off these facts, like, make me a news script. Guys, the psychological blow from seeing an LLM, like, take all of my work and then, like, I'm gonna say it's like 98% accurate to like how I would write a news script. It was like, it almost kind of hurt. I'm like, damn. I know to some people it's like, wow, Vrograg, you did something that the machine said it could do. That's not really a surprise. To me it was, though, because I thought like it would still like miss some kind of like je ne sais quoi. It would kind of like be soulless. But after training it on my own material and seeing what it could do, I was like, oh no. oh no. That's... And anyway, you made me think of that, Dan, because you're like, oh, you're so quick at getting the news done. I'm like, yeah, not as quick as AI, evidently. That was genuinely disturbing, though. I've never... I just didn't think it would be that good. I thought, like, for it to, like, get, like, really accurate, I thought I'd have to give it, like, 100 scripts and, like, try multiple times. And it just, like, took, like, a minute to make a script that sounded exactly like I made that script. What UI is this? A graven image. Hi, welcome to the Twitch chat. This is PFUI. PFUI, I'll just show you right here. PFUI. Very customizable, friend. Very customizable. You can do whatever you want with it. With like some limitations, but those limitations are pretty far and few between. And best of all, because I'll always plug Shagu's stuff, you can also share your UI. You can just copy paste this, send it to someone, and they'll. I guess you have to clear this out, paste it, then decode, and then import it. But hey, that's how you can share UIs with other people. It's nothing too special. I definitely seen better UIs out there, but... Oh, hey, well, welcome to Turtle WoW. I hope you have fun. I hope you like the vibes here. Really, Lax Elf? I can ask around about that. Let me put that in a notepad. Oh, catch that fish, catch that fish. We're at 223, only 2 more points and we'll get 225, and then we can do the fishing quest. Lax Elf. True crafting. Recipe messes up iron foe. I'll check into that later and see if that's a... Wait a second, Lax Up. Did you check the bug tracker? Did you? I'm gonna check the bug tracker right now. Oh, we only need 1 more point. Only 1 more point, guys. Oh, why can't I search? Oh, there's a search bar. It would be, I just look for iron foe. Nah, there's nothing in there. Yep, it might very well be bugged. Jose says, I fought my insurance company with Grok AI as my lawyer. I won the case. There are places where I like AI. Most places I do not like it. Now, like, In places where it allows people that don't have resources to do something they might otherwise not be able to do, that's great. In places where it allows people that already have tons of resources to exploit others, where I'm like, oh, come on, man. I want the Gene Roddenberry post-scarcity world. Guys, we got 225. And that, you know what that means. Where is he? Nat, you have a quest for me, right? Nat? There it is. The Nat Pagel Angler Extreme. Okay. I've always wanted to do this quest on stream. We're going to go... Sadly, I have Rexxanna, so I don't have a hearthstone. But we'll go on a little trip here. What does the man himself say? Can't really say I enjoy fishing much. Figure I've been at it for a good 20, 30 years now. I reckon people are driven to do what they do for different reasons. Now, I'm not saying you need to fish for 30 years or catch every fish in the sea to become a master fisherman. I reckon you just need to be determined. Determined enough to sit on your duff for hours at a time doing nothing. Nat Pagel is like the greatest. He gets me. I'll tell you what to do. Catch me a few rare fish and I'll teach you a thing or two. Here's a list. So he's going to want me to catch the Misty Reed Mahi Mahi from Swamp of Sorrows, the Sartheris Striker from Sartheris Strand in Desolus, Veralis Ahi from the Verdantis River in Veralis, and the Savage Coast Blue Sailfin from the Savage Coast of Stranglethorn Vale. And then we get 300 fishing. In big cities like Stormwind or Orgrimmar, players are loading so slow. I can see the ground shadows. Any tips beside delete WDB? You can turn down particle effects. There's one other thing you can do. Also, you can turn off a lot of your add-ons. Can make a big difference. You'd be surprised how much add-ons can soak up. Other than that, though, by the way, that's a problem I've been dealing with for like at least a year. So, you know, once you wait a little bit, it clears out in time. I think sometimes it has to do with your CPU, not even your GPU. Because remember, we're using an ancient client. Well, it's an emulation of an ancient client. So it has all the bad parts, but even the bad parts aren't right. Let's go 1.12, baby! Forcing computer to use GPU instead of internal GPU might help too. Listen. I didn't bring my computer science degree Ploxin to stream, so I'm not going to tell people how to do that. But if that's true, I believe you. Okay, so where should we go here? All right. Swamp of Sorrows is Eastern Kingdoms. Desolus is Kalimdor. Veralis is Kalimdor. STV is Eastern Kingdoms. I am in Kalimdor right now. So I should try to do the ones in Kalimdor first. The closest one would be the Ahi, I think, in Veralis. So we'll go do that one. Oh, and as you know, I need to put my barding on Misha, which means I dismiss her. And then I get my Misha out. Where do we got? Mud sprockets right there. There's a flight point there, so I guess we'll go that way. If I can get back up the mountains. It's going to be a lot of wandering around, but you know what? That gives me more time to... Oh, come on, really? Really? At a time like this? Hold on, do I even have my... Get the right one. Winter's Bite. Yeah. Thank you, Halo Tudden. Thank you. Let's give him a quick /thank. That's nice paladin. See, guys, they're not all bad. Just the ones in Battlegrounds are bad. So, that's Silvish. That's a good point. I think the quest requires me to come back here, but I'm already on the same island, on the same continent, so I might as well. Melee Hunter leveling stream or fishing chat. We end up at the same place, Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. What it is. I mean, I really enjoy fishing, but I have found that there is a much greater fisher out there. You might see him. He wanders from coast to coast. A fisher of legend, known simply as Rodfather. A proud Tauren, I'm pretty sure he's a shaman. Also, in Hard Chores, he is known as Eel Father as well. That's how many eels he's caught. They had a competition within Hard Chores. They were doing like a drive, right? Because you need stone scale eels for Flask of Petrification, Titan Flasks, all that stuff. He caught over 3,000 eels for them. I mean, the difference between him and a commercial fishing vessel is minute. Guy's an absolute legend, and all of you should look up to his example of fishing excellence. Polywow, I did hear about Akalix's taunt macro in Battlegrounds, which is like, it's like, I'm casting Divine Storm or something like that. I don't know enough about PvP to know why that's funny, but I know I've heard about Paladins going, man, I wish I had Divine Storm right now. So it must trigger them somehow. Did I do the Hinterland Elite quest? No. So since I've last played Rexxanna, I should probably catch you up on what I have done, because I think I got one level, it looks like. Also, yeah, look at that. I'm very close to my next level, but I leveled a little bit with Marag. We did some of the quests in Tenaris. Had a good time there. And we did get into a Zul'Farrak. Big shout outs to Dan from the radio who healed that. That was a good group, smooth run. And, I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The traps on survival hunters in group content, very strong. Very strong. Where is my Flight Master? Here it is. So, I did that also. If anyone's curious in helping me collect data. Let me see. Proc Watch. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is a tool. Actually, I'll show it off while I'm flying, just to be a little better with my time here. So, Caphralis and then Desolus, I think, is the move. All right. So, Proc Watch is a very old tool. It's essentially a way to test to see how often a weapon that has like an on-use effect activates. So, I've been looking into this because, and I'm sorry I forget your name because this was like a number of days ago. Someone sent, now you guys know I've refused people who walk up to me and like just try to give me bind on equip blue items. However, whoever sent this to me knew that about me and said, hey, I know you don't want handouts. This was on the auction house for 10 gold. I know that's within your price range. I'm going to COD it for you for 10. It normally goes for 30. They get it. So I did buy it from the kind associate who was looking out for me. That's fine. But anyway, so I'm thinking to myself, wow, This weapon has an on-hit effect. This is going to be great. It has not been great. According to the data I've been gathering, I have over 1,600 hits with this. And I'm getting 0.5 procs per minute. If you know anything about procs per minute with weapons, this is abysmally low. Like, well, I mean, half of a proc a minute means I'm getting 1 proc every 2 minutes of just doing melee hits. Think about that. At that point, why even mention it has an on-use effect? That's pretty low. Also, on top of that, this weapon's effect, I should actually show it, says launches a frost bolt. Launches a bolt of frost at the enemy, causing 20 to 30 frost damage. By the way, that part does work when it happens. And slowing movement speed by 50% for 5 seconds. I don't think that part works. However, I went looking because I mentioned to some people on the team, and they're like, okay, so what's the vanilla value on it? And I'm like, huh? There's not like a resource for this. I tried looking for like proc per minute database stuff. I found like all of like the level 55 and higher proc weapons, but Winter's Bite was not one of them. So I have no clue if it's activating at the rate it's supposed to. And I think I do have to make a bug report that the frost bolt effect doesn't seem to be working. I'd like to test it more, but it procs once every 2 minutes, so I don't know when it's going to happen. And I can't test it on a dummy because the dummy won't move. Anyway, so if anyone knows anything about Winter's Bite, not Frostbite, Winter's Bite, this axe right here, let me know. As I would love to have an answer to this, so I can make an accurate bug report. Let's see. Graven image. Oh, thanks. It wasn't like that on first realm I started on, so I got curious. Huh? Oh, yeah. Graven, a lot of documentation on what's going on, like new content, how stuff works. A lot of times you got to rely on the community. It's also one of its strengths, I feel like, as a community. You have to talk to people to find out stuff. Sometimes it's a weakness, but yeah, there's lots of little hidden gems. As the Turtle team always tells us, they want us to explore. Yeah, Sylvish, it does look like it looks like a PvP weapon enchant almost. Now, I will say, as a main hand axe, this was doing like 2 or 3 more damage per second, so it made sense. I have abilities that use the damage on my main hand, so it makes sense for me to have a high damaging main hand. So even though my old main hand had like some agility on it, I thought this would be better. So I took this, but I'm almost regretting it at this point because the proc doesn't happen. You know this proc is terrible because I've never heard of this item despite it being theoretically easier to get than Cold Rage Dagger. Well, yeah. Cold Rage Dagger's PPM is way higher though. So you have to remember too, proc per minute tracks. It's also based on how quick the weapon is. So a Cold Rage Dagger has a very quick weapon speed, right? You hit a lot. And this is, 2.1? Cold Rage Dagger is probably like 1.1, maybe 1.2 seconds. So it's hitting twice as often, and the procs per minute are better. So, like, of course you'd use it for Viscidus. And also, I think anyone who can use an axe, I might be incorrect, but I'm almost positive any class that can use an axe can also use a dagger. So you would just use the dagger, right? So. Yeah, it could be Polywell. I'm sorry, I thought you were trying to tell me that the proc per minute of Winter Bite is 1.3, and I'm gonna say nope, that's not true. That is a lie. Now, is this the Verdantis River? I think this is. Can I just go fishing here? Do I actually have to fish in there? I actually don't know. It's been a while since I've done this quest, boys and girls. Oh, you know what? I probably have a bunch of junk in my bags, too, from fishing. I assumed as much. I assumed it was Polly. Like, that's probably what he means. I got some lock boxes for Vrograg. That'll be fun. No, go fish on the west side? Like over here? Or you mean here? Because this seems... No, this can't be right. Or is it that? It's the river east of Diremall Pond. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, Jose. Jose, with the clutch save. Thank you. Ah, okay, okay, okay. Yep, that looks... I have to remember, the last time I did this quest was on Vrograg, and that was 3 years ago. I never did fishing with Obomsawin or Shabiji. Yeah, Dan. We'll get there. It is east of Diremall and south of Diremall. It could also be southeast of Diremall, but we'll fish at the right spot. Don't worry. DM bridge. It's so funny. Now, I've played tabletop games for so long that still to this day, if I see DM, my first thought isn't direct message or Diremall, it's still Dungeon Master. And I hate that. Mostly because Wizards of the Coast decided to trademark it. Get out of here, Wizards. Try to trademark something like that. Ugh. Yeah. But you know what, Jose? You got a better memory than I do, friend. Also, full disclosure. The reason I forget half the stuff is because I have like a literal idiot savant of the game playing next to me half the time. Murrog is like a beast in WoW. You have no idea. Like, you think I'm just like being nice, I'm just talking up my wife. No. No. She like absolutely trashes me. She's better than so many other players. And she's nice. How do you do that? So like, the reason I don't remember this is because I can just turn here and go, hey Murrog, is this the right water? And she'll go, no. Go southeast of Diremall. And I won't remember. Oh yeah, I think we had this chat. I don't even remember. That might have been like in a dev chat where yes. So when you're abbreviating dungeons, DM is Deadmines, and this is because there is no dungeon that outside of Deadmines that is just DM. Now, people going like, hold on, wait a second. That's not true. That's not true, Vrograg. What are you talking about? I think I might need a lore. There's Diremall. That's not true. No one does the dungeon called Diremall. You do Diremall North, Diremall West, or Diremall East. And guess what? That's a 3-letter abbreviation, not a 2. And for that reason, I firmly fall on the DM is the abbreviation for Deadmines. Because that's the only dungeon it could be. I think I had worms saved in here. Do I? Please have worms. Oh, do I not have bait? This is tragic. I might have used all my bait. I saw that I didn't catch anything, so now I'm concerned. Oh my goodness, is that Vrograg? Vrograg, I haven't seen you in like... it's been months, I think. How the hell you doing, friend? Slash wave. Hello, kind knight. You happen to have some worms? Or lures for fishing to help an orc down on her luck. If you say looking for 2 more Dead Mines tank DPS, did you mean Dire Maul? Which of the 3 dungeons? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So when I see DM, I'm thinking Dead Mines. I'm telling you, that's what my brain thinks. He has 1... Sylvia, it should be nice. And it's not. It's a mighty snake. It's a python. No, Ploxin, I'm not gonna... I would never try to trigger Cherry. In all my days, I wouldn't. I'm actually gonna look at my bags this time. Am I really sure? I was like so certain I had like worms in here. No, I guess I don't. I have no idea what Vrogorn's gonna bring back. He might bring back a book on how to be one with the light. Well, yeah, I know. Now that people know my location, I might as well stay here because I don't know what you guys have planned now. Yes. Thank you, Dan. Yes. Everyone be nice to Cherry. If she runs over your household pet, it's a 50-50 on if you should be mean to her. But even then, it's like, oh, maybe she was really stressed out today. How do you activate war mode, and how does it work? So, Graven, to activate war mode, when you do character creation, you will see a little menu for challenge modes. You need to pick the war mode. If you pick that, you will be permanently flagged until you choose to take it off. You can take it off at a battle master in a city. Those are only NPCs, I believe, that will allow you to turn it off. I don't remember if you can turn it back on again or not. That's changed a number of times, but that's how you do war mode. I would also like to warn you, Graven Image, because you said you're new. If you do war mode and you start a new character, there will be level 1 lunatics that are going to there's a chance they are going to absolutely destroy you, and your life will be pain for a bit. Oh, is that true? Okay, so Ploxin, back in my day, war mode, you could only activate or deactivate once. I guess now you can do as much as you want. I have Jose here telling me you can only do it one time. Also, I'm getting so much light from the left side here. Let me turn off this light. Oh, it's because of that. Let me turn off this. Would that be better? I don't want it to be too dark. Be kind to Cherry, but also go tell her Dead Mines is VC. Oh, also, I did see that Vrogorn did tell me to stay here, so I am staying here. Wait, Hot, Hot, I think I've been around longer than you have, right? Unless you're, like, secretly like an ancient, and I don't know. Can you still activate a challenge after level 1 or outside of creation? I don't think so. I think they baked it all into character creation now, which is a little bit more elegant than everyone asking, where's the NPC? But, yeah. And Graven, I'm just telling you, if you start getting upset about lunatics killing you again and again, keep in mind, lunatics literally have an achievement for getting, like, I think like 10,000 honorable kills. And that if you choose to do war mode, you are actively inviting it. That's all I'll say. Ploxin, exactly. See, Ploxin understands. Ploxin has imbibed the Turtle WoW Kool-Aid. Some things are intended, some things aren't. That is the turtle way. but I wouldn't give it up for the world. I love this community. I love all its... even the bad stuff I love. Maybe I could still catch it. I do have the Horde Bias Rod. Nat Pagel's Extreme Angler FC 5000, which is the... In vanilla, I think it's the strongest rod outside of the Fishing Derby one you can get. Now, in Hyjal, there is a Barkskin Fisher, which is a rare elite. I will actually show this off. Where is it? Barkskin Fisher. If anyone's looking for like a top tier fishing rod and like me can't do, you know, Sunday at like 3 a.m., this is the Barkskin Fisher. It has 30 fishing. It's available to Alliance and Horde. However, it comes off of this guy of the same name. He is a rare spawn elite. And I can even show you where he spawns because the database won't tell you. The database won't tell you, but old Vrograg will. Here's Hyjal. Of course, my character hasn't been to Hyjal, but you see Barkskin Village right here? You go in this cave, go all the way to the back where there's like a little pond area. He spawns there. Good luck. That's the best Vrograg could do. Although, I think it was Boeing. Someone from my guild was able to do the fishing derby at some point and had an Eternium line, and he enchanted my fishing rod with the Eternium line. That was really nice of him. Level 1 lunatics need 10,000 kills for a title. Big misstep, IMO. They should have made it 1,000 kills, or made kills in starter zones not count at all, which would at least make them go kill higher levels. Well, default... There's, I don't even know how I feel about that take, because I don't think it's, like, outrageous, but what I will say is this. Do you know how many people cynically start on Nordanaar? And, by the way, Graven Image, this is no slight to you. I don't know what your background is with WoW, but people will know what they know about WoW. It might be a lot, it might be a little. They might be trying to rush through the leveling process. It happens. It's happened to me. It's happened to plenty of the rest of us. The monkey brain sees, oh my goodness, you get more XP. All you have to do is get flagged. So tons of people, especially at low levels, will flag up. Now here's the reality. How much PvP are you going to get at like sub-level 10? Even sub-level 20? You're probably not going to go to many contested zones. So although I agree with like the quote-unquote fairness of it, what I would say is that the Lunatics actually offer an early game pushback against everyone going war mode. Oh, thank you, Brigorn. Hold on. Let's say that. Let me just... A tip, sir. Thank you. It's only 50 silver. Take it. Take it. Take it. I'm pretty sure that's what bright baubles are worth. It's vendor value. Take it. Wait, hold on. What are you saying? It's on me? Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. So let's see if I can get away with just the night crawlers. I don't know what fishing skill I actually need for this area. Oh, that's true, Ploxin, yeah. Let's see, what was it? Ploxin says, also, now that we're talking about challenges, it was recently even found out that slow and steady rates aren't what they were supposed to be. Dungeon mob XP is in fact 0.5, not 1. And it infects party members, so they have to... Oh, no. And on TA, if you're dumb enough to use the XP mode 1 command on top of slow and steady, you're going to be getting 25% XP on all mobs. And 0.5 on quests. So, I think you might know the story, Ploxin. Here's something that not a lot of people realized, and it appeared in a change log like 2 months ago, I think. I think it was a note from Jamie. He was talking about adjustments to war mode and how they were going to bake it into the new patch, right? Oh, this might have been for the patch. I can't quite remember. What he said was the original implementation of war mode was that it was supposed to give you an XP buff and also additional honor for HKs. That part never worked. And like, if you go back in time and look at when they first introduced war mode, evidently it was always supposed to be that way. That shows you how few people actually used it for anything other than XP. No one was looking at the additional honor growth you're supposed to have. And I guarantee you there's probably someone on the forum who's like, hey, this math ain't mathin'. And, you know, gets lost in the sea of other things. But I just, that reminds me of, you know, when you're talking about how slow and steady doesn't do what it's supposed to do. I'm like, yeah, just like how war mode wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. Yeah, and also default, you're right. It doesn't force them, but it heavily encourages them to camp starting zones. You are absolutely right about that, and I don't think it's the most fun thing to do. But if what Ploxin is saying is correct, and that you can turn war mode on or off as you prefer at the your city's war master, I mean, then just don't start with war mode. Don't get me wrong, I think level 1 lunatics can probably still threaten you when you're like up to level 15, maybe 20. And just put it on when you're higher level if you just want the XP bonus. The difference in speed, especially at low levels, is pretty negligible anyway. But 10k is a lot. It should be noted that 10k was achieved in like a month or two. We got it. Do you guys see it? I have the fishing vision. I saw it. The Feralis Ahi. Hold on. Gotta do a little light RP here. Thank you for the bait, kind knight. Here is some fish I caught. They are rightfully yours. Actually, I'll give you a... Maybe don't eat those. Their oil is valuable, friend. Strength and honor. I must continue my fishing quest to bring honor to my fishing pole. That sounded weird. There's no way. I mean, yeah. Okay, hold on. He asked where I'm going. I'll do slash emote. Looks at her map. I will head to the barren coasts of Desolus. Jose, yeah, I'm going to go to Desolus. The next fish is... I think it's the Sartheris Striker. Pats her pack animal and gets Misha ready for riding. Some things might take longer if you're doing RP, but it's fine. It is an RP server after all. Alright. What would actually be quicker here? I guess it might actually be quicker just for me to ride up. Yeah. Wait, why did I unmount? Hello. Shores south of Shadow Village. Yeah, I was pretty... That's why I wanted to head that way. I mostly play during weekends when the kid is sleeping, so I just want to hit max level so I can do all the fun stuff. Tired of leveling after all these years of playing. Graven, I'm not going to yuck your yum. I am firmly in the camp of, I think leveling is like the best part of vanilla. But I mean, if you're just looking to do raiding and level content, go for it. Have fun. Be safe. And join the strong alliance of parent WoW players. There's plenty of them. Plenty of moms and dads floating around on the server. We're going to go right by the Twin Colossals. Also, there's a bunch of... Hold on. I just saw my map. There's a bunch of RPers here. They might be having an event or something. Speaking of RP events, shout outs to Nightsong Sentinels. They raised, I think, $185 for a charity. But get this, right? So, you know, like I tried to theme my little charity thing for Pride Month. Well, they did too, but because they're a Night Elf RP guild, they celebrated Pride by supporting a charity called Panthera, which supports wild cats. It supports a pride of cats, if you will. Nightsong Sentinels entirely too clever for their own good. No. Also, if you've been watching along on my Rexxanna streams, you know that occasionally I'll have these weird interactions with the enigmatic forest master, the lord of hunters or something. I don't know. He's just awesome. He has these huge, way too big hunter pets. I don't know how he does it. There's like a whole storyline going on between me, him, and Gritong. But during the Pride event, he actually showed up just to say wave and say hi. So shout outs as always to Forest Master. There's actually like a song or two that I made like little lyrics for the songs that you might hear in the background. Dedicated to Forest Master. Ooh, wait a minute. Brigorn, sorry, I gotta check something. I think I'm level... What level am I? What? I'm level 48. I need to check something. I think I might qualify for some new abilities. I think one of them was here. Okay, so Claw. Maybe Claw rank 7. Iron Fur Patriarch. Yes, see, I knew it. When I saw the bear off in the distance, I mean, I should do this because I'm here. Hold on. The bear's here. They seem strong. I wonder what I could learn from them. Do I have to be a higher level, or I think same level works. Can I actually? All right, let me get Caretaker Brambleclaw out. I'll have to do this. Put you in there. Stow you for a second. I'm not gonna need my axes. I hope not, but.
The path of Rexxar. No harm, no home.
Yeah. This will work. What do I need? I need the freezing trap.
Let me show you.
Oh, don't do that. Don't. Oh, come on.
Regain my honor.
He was like right there. All right, I'll put it slightly closer. There it is. Hey, Lizzie Babs, how's it going? Good to see you. Okay, and then I have to like force feed this bear and then make it attack something, I think. Okay, turn on claw, and here's some food. I mean, this shouldn't take long, honestly, Vrograg. The way they learn stuff is pretty seamless, if I'm being honest. Well, why are you attacking me? All right, check it. All right, I just learned it. Easy. Thank you, Elder Bear, for teaching me the way of the bear.
The path of Rexxar.
Okay, we did that, and then I'm gonna bring Misha back out.
No home. Strength and honor.
And then, see, look, a new rank of claw, and it only needs 21 points. So look, her claw right now is at rank 6, so this is rank 7. Do I get a bunch more? 26 to 36 damage. Yeah, look at that. Flavor-wise, I am just putting on Misha's party. Okay, I am ready to ride again. And maybe I should check about bite just in case. Because I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling, so it would make sense, right? Let's charge. Bite. Rank 7, right? So, that's a rare spawn, so I'm not going to get that one. That's in the hinterlands. Do I have a fish there? I don't think I do. Looks like Fellwood is probably the most likely one I'm going to bump into. Also, Sewer Beast in Stormwind City. That's hilarious. Or Blackrock Depths. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's gonna be Hinterlands. Next time I'm in Hinterlands, I have to keep it in mind. I think is probably the best way for me to do it. All right. Just checking my map. I am sorry, Lizzie Babs, that you slept through the drag beach party and fishing derby. You were missed, but you know what? Having a healthy sleep schedule and being well rested, that's important too. Yeah, it was Vrograg, exactly, Lax. You get it. Although I think someone asked like what's your drag name? I'm like, Vrogina? Next time I'm flying somewhere, I'll get pictures, and I'll show them off. Just because I keep referencing it, I'm like, I should have had a picture ready to go. I'm sorry, I'm curious. Sorry, Brigorn. Sorry. There's just a hyena here you can talk. Oh, sorry, not hyena. A knoll, excuse me, you can talk to. Oh, this is a reference to Legend of Zelda, I'm pretty sure. For anyone who's old enough to remember the original Legend of Zelda, there was like a moblin who would just stand in your way, and you needed to like give him meat, because the grumble grumble was him being hungry. Oh yeah, this is the, I'll turn up a little bit. This is the Forest Master. Oh, no. Oh, I almost fell off. Song I had the AI make.
Are you proud of me?
Also, if we see Rexxar, we will stop. We will stop and pay respects. Yes, Riddle. We're doing the 300 fishing quest. I never picked a side in this war, and I'm okay with that. I mean, we did see Rexxar at least once in our journey. When we first came to Desolus, we saw the man, the myth. I think we saw him one other time on stream. And that's where I remember the name, the Mach Nathal, which is his tribe, or people, or both.
Tell me your secrets.
Because, you know, the thing is that Rexxar doesn't have a home. And that's okay. He likes being a wanderer.
Are you proud of me?
The blue bow is actually pre-raid bis equivalent. Did that on the PvP server? Oh, you mean the one for the reputation? Yeah, I know there's a couple really good reputation grinds you can do here. Right, but I think the tribe is all so like. It's one of those times where it's like I think. Like orcs would call a half ogre, half orc a Mach Nathal, but I think that's also the name of their tribe. I could be wrong, but. Alright, let's see here. Can we talk about the new reputation rewards that are coming? I heard about them, but I haven't really looked at any of them. Where's my rod? Oh wait, I need to have my fishing rod equipped. It is yes. But life clings to the earth. I can feel it. Although I'm not a druid, I can still feel it. That's canon. How would you know? No one really has a home. That's untrue, Ploxen. Everyone has a hearthstone. A hearth is a place that you call home. That's why the saying hearth and home, they're one and the same. It is the place where you reside, where you make community, where your family is or your loved ones. That's your hearth. that's why I destroyed my hearthstone. Because like Rexxar, I don't... in undertaking the Path of Rexxar, I have forsaken all homes. Well, hey, good luck in Counter-Strike. Have fun. Thanks for dropping by. Don't you have to throw bait into a pool to catch fish? You know, Nito... I wrote up a whole thing in a suggestion to the team. I don't know if that's what you're referencing. If you're someone who knows about that. Oh, and oh, thank you for the Prime Graven. Appreciate that. I made a whole suggestion to the team about like really nice, flavorful, immersive ways that they can expand fishing without like going too crazy. And one thing that I wanted to support is that I've been tracking fish for a long time. There's a severe fish shortage. And in that, I mean, if you're trying to focus catch certain fish like stone scale eel, pools can be really hard to come by. And so I said, hey, here's a good idea. Take some of what is known as your bycatch. So, for instance, I can explain this really quickly. So you see this? This is raw rock scale cod. It has 0 recipes that give buffs. You can cook it to make it a slightly okay food to eat to get health back, but that's all it does. When you do open water fishing, you're going to catch a lot of what are considered like the bycatch. These are your common fish. And so my proposal was to take stuff like raw rock scale cod and then, you know, like either like chop it up or like do some sort of cooking procedure or a survival recipe to make what I would call a chum bucket, right? So you take all the fish bits and then you throw it into the water and then it would spawn a pool of, or a school of fish. And based on like what bycatch you were using, you could have different recipes. And there could be like cooldowns and stuff, just make sure it's not too broken or silly, right? That was my big idea. Also, we caught the fish we were looking for. The Sartheris striker. I thought so too, Lizzie Babs, but the team's also, they're like in, I can usually tell what mode of development they're in based on how much they interact with my dumb ideas. And like, them not interacting much with it means like they have a bunch of stuff they have to do. They might entertain that when they're done. They might look at it, or they might tell me it's dumb, but they can't even do that right now. They're pretty busy. You know, Torta's out there cracking the whip. Next 3 for 3. Yeah. All right. So let's check the quest here. So we have the Misty Reed Mahi Mahi and the Savage Coast Blue Sailfin. The Sailfins and STV. The Misty Reed Mahi Mahi is in Swamp of Sorrows. So, how best to get to Swamp of Sorrows? Or STV. I guess from here I can fly to Ratchet. From Ratchet I can take the boat to either Gromgal or Booty Bay, whatever, like whatever's better for the fishing. And then from there I can go to Swamp of Sorrows. I think that would be the quickest. Troy Lofton. Am I going to try? No, I will not try it next month. I will probably try it about 4 months after release. 4 to 6 months is generally when I feel like most of the fresh chasers have come and gone. And a lot of bugs have been worked out. Oh, wait. That was Rodfather. Guys, that's the fishing guy. I didn't even see him talking. What did he say? I've come to you today as founder of the Save the Eels project, where our goal is to increase the range of the stone scale eel population. Any help you can offer in culling of turtles at this time is greatly appreciated. That's true. The RP that I've been having with Rodfather is that there are turtles oftentimes in spots where there's stone scale eel pools. So the like almost like inside joke RP we have is that you need to kill the turtles to make the stone scales propagate better. Lax, all right, I will turn it on. But I swear the do you know why I have it turned off? Take a guess. Take a guess why I have it turned off. Oh crap, what if I don't remember how to turn it on? Is it advanced? Show chat bubbles, there it is. Thank you for your message. Stream heard it too. Yeah, Brigorn. But for me to get to STV, I think I have to go from here to Ratchet, then take the boat. The shore right south of Gromgal. Thank you, Jose. That was going to be my next question. But yeah, I think when I turned him off, it was, you know, I think it was for a T-Mog event I ran. And so many people were talking and I couldn't see people's T-Mogs. Also, I think it's a healthy fear of, you know, some jerk dropping in and then just saying a bunch of really out-of-pocket stuff during stream. And I'd like to avoid that if I can. Marcio, that's very nice of you to say. Thank you. You know what, honestly, Marcio, I bet you there are more people that would be content creators like me, but I'm really fortunate. Like, you know, I'm older, I'm financially stable, I don't have a family, or sorry, I don't have kids rather, so like I have a lot of free time. So I'm in a position where I can do this and have fun with it and, you know, do more creative things. But there are plenty of people in the community that I would argue would be much better content creators than I ever could. Like, some people are really talented and just have like a natural knack for it. The only thing that I'm gifted in is I can talk. That's my gift. The gift of gab, as they call it. Fortune is a skill, prove me wrong. Raukangren, I don't believe in social Darwinism, and neither should you. I can't prove you wrong. I would say this, because I do subscribe to the belief that for someone to be able to call themselves fortunate, they do have to like do something. They do have to put themselves out there. They do have to take risks, right? So I would say having the personality trait or having some sort of a situation where you can do that, where or maybe like a work ethic where like you could put yourself in that situation. I would agree that that's a skill and that can be developed and improved, but I think being lucky is just being lucky. You know, there's a lot of things that are outside of your control. However, creating the conditions to take advantage of those fortunate moments is a skill. And I think there's a fine line difference, but I would argue there is a difference. Thank you, Jose. I'll try to keep that in mind. Oh, right. I said I would do this. Hold on. While I'm flying. Oh, where did I put everything? Thank you, Polywow, for that. Just saw that tag. Nope, not that. We'll go here. Save image. Sure. Alright. Sorry, What is this image? Oh, I should leave that one up. What about this image? What is this image? Oh, it's Mandalore! Sorry, Mandalore. I think I have mean Mandalore too. Nope, that's Vrograg. Without makeup. All right. So for those that did miss it, here's a candid shot of me from last stream where I was in drag. Did it not appear? Where'd it go? Nope, that's... Why would you not open? Oh, maybe it's... wait, it's named? I'm going to put you guys on a welcome screen while I figure out what I need to fix. I'll still be able to see chat, though. Don't worry about it. I believe I actually had a service interruption because I also lost connectivity to the server, the WoW server. Sorry about that. Wasn't my fault, but sorry for the interruption. Damn, Fiber, you're so good. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, it didn't save, like, anything I did live, huh? Okay. Alright, what am I missing here? Random fishing quest. Alright, that's still true. Maybe the thing was that the picture was so strong that, like, it literally couldn't handle it. Okay, will this one work? I do not know why, but it is refusing my ability to put anything back up. Like, any new picture. Why would you do that? What about this one? This one's up. Can I switch you? Or can I switch you? Yeah, I have no clue why that happened. It's still refusing my ability to put any new picture up, though. Alright, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Now it's personal. Drag. There. That's what you missed out on. I'll put it right here. Murag did all the makeup. All right, back to the show. Looks like a typical Turtle Wow player. Yeah, you mean sexy, beautiful, elegant, moisturized, in their lane? Why, yes, it does. Okay, what the heck was I doing? Oh yeah, I was trying to make my way over to Booty Bay. I wonder what that looked like on the YouTube side. Did like it just stop, and then when I started back up again, it came back up? Because I see on like the Twitch side, it showed that like I had like an interruption. Let's see here. Let's try refreshing that. Does that still work? Stream health. Stream is healthy. Good, good, good. And on Twitch. All right, stream is healthy. Good, good. Okay, we're all set. We're all square. That's right, Raukangren. In fact, this is one of the few disguises I had Murag help with. She's picked up a few tricks from yours truly. But yeah, that's to anyone who missed. That's why I don't have a beard right now. I shaved it off so I could look more elegant. But you know, I will say, everyone who was there and anyone who saw the VOD and like commented, like, it's like 90% positive. Unfortunately, you still have like 10% people just being negative. I wish I could say I don't understand. I've been a 20-something. I've been toxic. I've been dumb in my past. I know where that comes from. A lot of it's insecurity. A lot of it's ignorance. Sometimes all you can do is just grow out of it. And so I don't go out of my way to give those kind of people the time of day generally. But there's no reason to hate on them, you know. Especially the people that are really outspoken. Is, in my experience, people that are very outspokenly against LGBT stuff. A lot of cases, the men that I've dealt with, you know, I come to find out like 7 years later, you know, now they're out of the closet and they're happy, you know. I see that happen a lot. So, you know, I wish them well, and I hope they become a better, more positive impact on the world later in life, if they can't do it right now. But yeah, it was interesting. I shared this with some people in my my news Discord yesterday at work. I did have nail polish on, and for work on Monday, I took it off, but I didn't take it all off. Like, which is to say, I rushed, and I didn't like remove all of it. I had a person I was delivering to, like one of my customers, someone I had never met before, noticed my nail polish and called me the F slur. Never spoke to this person before, just heard that out of left field. I'm like, bro, like, so, you know, I can only imagine what, like, the difficulty for people that aren't just allies like me. I have to kind of go through that. I know that's tough. And, you know, for me, I just ignored the guy and focused on the other dude who was like a customer, because he was like some new employee that I'd never met. But, you know, it's, even for me, that wasn't that easy to shrug off. I'm like, where's that coming from? No, Manimal. No, you're good. You're fine. It's all in good spirit. Oh, wait, little Karen's here? Oh, hey, little Karen's here. This is how good I am at paying attention to my surroundings. All right, so oh wait, I need to scroll up. What did Jose say? The shore right south of Gromgal. Okay, so that's where we want to go. Why? Huh? I was not inside the boat. How did I get teleported inside the boat? Did you guys see that? Is that a thing that happens now? I've seen people spawn in and then fall out of the boat. Lil Karen, I actually get that joke because I know enough French to get it. How does that make you feel? All right, so right south, so I gotta go up to Gromgal. Yeah, I think in French, like banana is like, No, I only remember pineapple is like la'anan, but like banana, it just like has like another an on it, so it's like ananan. Do not look to me for French lessons, people, but I have a vague recollections of that. It was so weird. I'm like, really? Huh. French really said, no, that's the one we want to go with, these two tropical fruit. Yep, that's what we want to go with. All right. I'm not saying English is like the end all be all for like nomenclature. It just I just thought French would do better. A lot of European languages, pineapple is announced. Yeah, I wonder. Hold on, Lucy Babs. Who do you think discovered pineapples? Where are pineapples from? I know they're tropical. I know they don't grow on trees. They grow out of the ground. But I don't know where they're from. Like, I don't think they're from the Caribbean. Now I'm curious. Jarvis, where's pineapples from? That being said, though, pineapple isn't a great word. Isn't a great name for it either. Like it's not really an apple. It's not really pine either. You think it's Spain? I think it's got to be from some like Polynesia or something. Hold on, I'm actually gonna look this up. Where did pineapples originate from? Oh wait, no, that's not right. Cause cancel. Pineapples originated from South America, specifically from the region encompassing central and southern Brazil, northern Argentina, and Paraguay. The fruit was domesticated by native South Americans before the arrival of Christopher Columbus. It is believed that the natives of southern Brazil and Paraguay spread the pineapple throughout South America. It was eventually reached the Caribbean, Central America, and Mexico, where it was cultivated by the Mayas and the Aztecs. Today I learned. Okay. Is it just me, or did, like, when European explorers came to South America, did they just go, holy crap, you guys have really good crops? Because I think tomatoes are from South America, potatoes are from South America, and now pineapples? South America had it going on. Corn and maize, I think. Well, that was like the Americas in general, but still. Cocoa beans? Yeah, dang. Maybe, like, Europe used to have really cool foods, but then, like, they hunted them to extinction or something. Or something very else, very European-coded. America was no different. Like, the colonists and early settlers there were just like, listen, if we can make it go extinct, we will. right, we're gonna try it right here. Thanks to Jose, who knows the fishing spots. Shouts out. Yep, exactly. Oh, I know. In French, potato is le pomme de terre, which means apple of the earth. Which, see, on that one, I feel like French knocked it out of the park. Like that, what a great name for a potato. It's a little underwhelming in that you used another, like, crop to describe it, but otherwise, no notes. I like that one. Did I catch it right away? I didn't even see that. No, I didn't. Plockton says, where to start? The amount of time it takes to grow one pineapple. The fact that a plant only yields one pineapple. The fact that it takes up so much place. If you get a fruit bowl with cut fruit and there's pineapple, then all the fruit tastes of pineapple. I like pineapple, guys. And, you know, since I'm ancient, I get heartburn from really acidic fruits like pineapple. I'll still eat it. Guys, second cast, and we got the Savage Coast Blue Sailfin. Also, look, they reused some of the icons. I wish they would have made cool new icons for some of these once-in-a-lifetime fish you catch. Also, if you're wondering, you can't catch more than one. They are unique, so just keep that in mind. Where's the other fish I caught? Should I be up to 3? Hold on, let me organize my bag. Oh, so I don't know. Hold up. I never realized that. Guys, little Easter egg secret. I had no idea. The Feralis Ahi is a quest item. It is unique, but it's also an offhand. Did you guys know that? Oh, please be a cool color. Please be a cool color. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, it's blue. Let's go. I think Fishbringer looks like this, actually. Vrograg does not have this T-Mog. And he says he's the fish slayer. Categorically wrong. Wait, Sylviash, I thought palm was apple. Does palm just mean fruit? Because the word for apple is palm. I'm pretty sure. Right? La palm? Ploxin apparently has it out for pineapples. Meanwhile, I am one of those people. I actually like pineapple on my pizza. And I'm Sicilian. I can say that. All right. There's nothing to do with it. I think it's the last one is Swamp of Sorrows. Yep. Just got Princess Bride flag. Yeah, you know, Gildark. I watched that movie when I was a kid, and I was like vaguely aware that like my family was Italian and Sicilian, right? And then as I got older, I realized I like talking a lot. And then I'm like, wait, you know what? Maybe me and the Sicilian, maybe we have more in common than I thought. Maybe the gift of gab is just a special gift bestowed upon many Sicilians. Friendship revoked. Over pineapple? I mean, if friendship's revoked over pineapple, then I don't think I even wanted it validated, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I do like it. I mean, it should be it should be said, I have a huge sweet tooth. Like really, like, I am going to die from diabetes. It's a neck and neck race. Like, is it going to be heart disease or going to be diabetes? Because here's the thing, right? The heart disease is like, I know that that's going to happen at a certain point because it's happened to all the men in my family, right? But diabetes, here's the difference. With heart disease, I like, if I had like heart problems, I could see myself changing some of my habits maybe, right, to make my heart healthier. When they tell me I have diabetes, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Now, diabetes doesn't run in my family, but I got to tell you, I give my pancreas the work. Okay? I love sugar. I love sweet. All right? This bad boy right here, down here, I think it's on this side, just cranking out the insulin day in, day out. I could go without fatty foods, you know what I mean? Like stuff that gives, like, cholesterol-y foods, I guess. Stuff that would clog my arteries. Going without sweets, though, I'm like why even bother? Like, okay, just tell me it's over. Plus 20 speechcraft. Yeah, no, that's the Sicilian racial, I think. We have standards here? What are you talking about? Pineapple's great on pizza. Like, I don't understand why people get so bent out of shape over pineapple on pizza. It's like sweet and savory. These are two flavors that go together fine. It's largely an American invention too. So like, not pine. Well, actually, no. As we just learned, pineapples are also from America. So actually, it's about the most American pizza you can have. Because tomatoes are also from South America. Cheese, I'm pretty sure, has like been invented all over the world. So I can't really. And bread, like, whatever. But also, I don't like meat on my pizza too. I should probably start there. Like, I don't like really salty things. So I can't do sweet and savory mix. Oh, really? I'm trying to think, like, So, like, my favorite dish at, like, a Chinese restaurant. By the way, there's a difference between East Coast American and West Coast American Chinese restaurants. If you know, you know. East Coast Chinese restaurants, I'll always get General Tso's chicken. Because they usually have, it's sweet and spicy, but then the chicken's, like, savory. And you can tell the quality of every single Chinese restaurant based on how they do their General Tso's chicken. Okay. I'm going to scroll up because I know Jose told me how to do this. All right. And for Swamp of Sorrow, if I remember, it's on the southeast shore line north of some island that are there. Okay. There's a lot of cardinal directions in that. Let me actually look at the quest. Misty Reed Strand. So maybe I can just look at this, look at the map, and it'll tell me. All right, the Misty Reed Strand's like here. So I guess I gotta go over here? Yeah, all right. Without insulin, your sugar will spike, that you can go into the other extreme. Too much sugar and blood, you can go out fast. Yeah, I'm not saying diabetes isn't something to joke about. I'm just saying I don't know if I will be able to survive, like, psychologically without sugar. The amount of joy that sugar brings to me. Really, Dan? You can't do sweet tomato sauce? That's a bummer. Well, how strong are these guys? I don't want to, like, play myself here. Also, holy crap. I only have 437 till I get the next level. Let's go. Why did I get off the bear? Yeah, I do know, you know, more seriously, I know that managing diabetes is really tough for people. And you know, much in the same way that it's hard to comprehend how people do certain things, but like some people do it every day. I'm sure if I actually got diagnosed with diabetes, I would learn. I'm just saying I would go kicking and screaming. Thank goodness I don't drink. If I drank, I think that would be even tougher. I'm not really a drinker, guys. Like, you know, I drank like a little bit in college, but never really like binge drank. And some of you will learn when you get older. Drinking's a lot harder. What might have been like oh, you'll wake up the next day fine. When you're like over 40, you're like, oh, what did I do? Comes at you quick. All right, where am I not in the Misty Reed Strand? Yeah, I mean, I should be there. Are you not entertained? Just like, hold on, does it say? I mean, should I just fish in some of like these little rivers? Maybe this is it? We'll try it out. Maybe this is it. Fish at the hut, the boat on the seaside? So wait, it's actually an ocean fish? Oh. Hold on, does it actually say that? Let's go, we leveled up by exploring. I guess context clue wise, like, I guess I know that a mahi-mahi is an ocean fish, but man, I mean, the directions on the quest aren't exactly the best. By the way, I just want to point out we have 6 Twitch viewers and 9 YouTube viewers, so it says 6-9 on my screen. Nice. Let's go. Yeah, a lot of times you just gotta go where Wowhead tells you, which is fine, but as Turtle slowly and inexorably moves away from some of the foundations of vanilla, there's I would say, more of an onus on the team to make sure quest text is clear. Because, like, if they change how Swamp of Sorrow looks, would the quest text, like, make it more or less difficult to know? You know what I'm saying? Also, is that the hut? Or maybe it's over here I should fish? I don't know. What is it saying here? It doesn't say what zone I'm fishing in. I'm gonna go a little further south, I think. Because I think that's where Jose said I should go. I don't use Wowhead. I use people with good memory and stream. Thank you. I feel like there's like a non-Murloc hut with like a boat that I remember. Do you think Turtle Wow's ever going to explain the lore of why there's all these skeletal turtle things hanging around? Alright, there's These are the stoner guys. Maybe this is what they meant, but... This is Misty Reed Post. It says from the Misty Reed Strand. Oh, no, wait. Post? Strand. Okay, we are in Misty Reed Strand now. Okay, officially. Are they really? I guess I don't remember that. Well, that's true, Lizzie Babs, but it doesn't really clarify if it's on the inland water or non-inland water. You can have a strand. No, first time. Let's go. Let's go. We did it. We got the 4 fish in the greatest quest available, the fishing quest. And I got a bunch of sturdy lockboxes. All right, now I got to get back to wetlands? Yeah, I was surprised at how quickly... Wait, is this also one I can wear? No. So, that is really strange. The Feralis Ahi is a unique offhand. How many people even knew about that? The Stagglebug. Raukangren, we need more quests like this. Any plans to apply for the task? I have written and submitted well, 2 versions of the same quest because I don't know which way the team would want to implement it. But I did write a quest for wand weapon skill. If you go to Frey Island, there is a quest for every single weapon skill except for wands. Now you might be going, Vrograg, that's dumb. To which I would go, yes, but hear me out. When they did the last patch, they made weapon skill with wands, I believe, change the amount that can be resisted. So wand weapon skill can actually have an impact on game value. And there are players who like doing quests for the sake of doing quests. And there are players that feel a little bummed that, like, if you're like a priest and you use your wand all the time, it would be flavorful to, like, go do a wand quest to get better at using wands. So anyway, I did write a quest for wands. No word on if they're going to take that one in. All right, so I need to get back to wetlands. To get to wetlands, I should go to Ogrimmar? No, I'll go to Ratchet. Yeah, Ratchet to... Well, yeah, that's perfect. Well, not really, but... Southeast shore north of the 3 Island. Jose, I don't know if you're behind, because we did have a little bit of an interruption, but we got it. We got the last fish. Yes, I did get all 4. Oh, what's that? Okay. My cat needs to be fed. He's letting me know right now. Do I still have that? I guess I don't have the cat picture anymore. There is a picture of a fish. Will that break stuff? Nope. There, I'm giving him a fish. I'll be right back. cat is fed. Let's go. 11 more levels to go. This series better end on an even number part or I'll riot. What the heck, Panda? What? I mean, okay. I'll see what I can do. Also, I think the thumbnail for the YouTube on this has like the wrong episode name. If you even consider them episodes, but yeah, oh, wait a minute. I leveled up. I should put a talent point somewhere. So I finish up improved primal aspects. I could get some stuff to make Misha a little beefier. I was kind of interested in this one. Increase your critical strike chance with all attacks by 1%. Increase your melee critical strike damage bonus. I feel like that's a lot more impactful than Misha being a little hardier. Could be wrong, but as far as other things that I'm going to want in this tree, I'm going to want Vicious Strikes probably. The rest of this. Some of the other stuff's good, but not like... Add 12% of your armor value from items to the armor value of your pet. Increases the armor value of your pets by 10%. I mean, that would just make her tougher. I mean, she's not dying. I'm usually just pulling threat off of her, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Rexxanna has used Misha as like a tank in the early days, but now that she's switched over to way more survival, now Misha's more like a furry totem that does damage for Rexxanna. Rarely getting threat. I mean, increase damage done by your pets. Like this could be good to help Misha still do some damage, but well, Panda P, in the life of Rexxanna, she's traveled around a good deal. She made a good friend named Kalzi, played by Murog, my wife. We've done a lot of leveling. We've done a lot of dungeons. We've explored all over the place. And Rexxanna is becoming more and more a commensurate hunter. And she feels like she can start seeing the end of her journey. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel. Dual wielding axes is great. Probably not as good as one big two-handed axe, but I digress. I can always change this later, but I'm interested in at least getting my critical value to be higher. So I'll do that for now.
Become one with the land.
When can I show you my cats? Sylvia, I mean, if you want, you can just send me pictures in Discord. I will gladly look at your cats.
The spirit of the bear.
What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going to wetlands via Ratchet.
Protect and endure.
And canonically, Panda P, the mount I have is Misha. It's Misha, but Misha with barding on her to make her look like a mount. Yeah, well, you know, Misha has learned a lot in all the fighting we've done. And she's gotten a lot stronger. I don't think she's gotten any bigger, but she's gotten stronger. I don't know who this person's talking to. Misha hungry? Oh, it's little Karen. I fed her before we left. She's fine. I didn't say it. Bubba Mara said, "Wow, mister, you look really cool, sir." You? I mean, Melissa, you do look pretty nice. I don't know if you're watching stream, but you do look kind of nice. Spear T-Mogs are so underrated. I can't wait to finally get a Spear T-Mog. I think I can equip spears. You know, I have a staff that I can't equip because I never learned it from Thunder Bluff. I think I need to learn a couple weapons because I don't want to miss out on T-Mogs. But I've been trying to think about how I will use Rexxanna when and if I get her all the way to 60. And will I continue the challenge? Like, would I still be survival only and only dual wielding? I mean, obviously, I don't think like a speedrunning team would appreciate it, right? But I could definitely see, you know, more laid-back casual guilds being cool with it, as long as, like, I try. I have looked a lot I've been learning a lot about one-hand axe progression, but more so for Vrograg. Even though Vrograg has a Thunder Fury and an Iblis, I'm like, yeah, but what if I was an axe rogue? And axe progression is really weird for rogues. If you know, you know. But there's like Lava Shard Axe in Molten Core. Full stop. I think there's like a decent crafted one. There's always Annihilators always on the table if you want to do debuffing, right? And then BWL has a Trash Axe that is really good because it gives axe skill and has agility, so it's really good for rogues. And I think there's one off of Nefarian. And then AQ40 has an axe, but you need like a Regalia for it, but otherwise doesn't have an axe. And then in Nax, like, there's the Hatchet of Sundered Bone. I don't know if there's an axe I'm missing, but my rogue, if you remember, has Oni Axe and BWL Trash Axe. Wait, there's an Oni Axe? What's the Oni Axe? I actually don't know that one. I'm still trying to learn it. Deathbringer? Really? Oh, maybe I never thought of that one because it's, I think that one... I can't remember. I think there's a reason why I didn't consider that one. The hard part for me, if anyone's raided with me, you'll know, like, I'm a complete softie, so, like, I always feel bad if, like, I'm gonna take gear from... Like, let's say you're, like, an orc warrior, right? And you see this rogue show up who's, like, throwing a Thunder Fury around, he's in full tier 3, and he has the gall to soft reserve an axe. I would feel bad every time. But at another point, now I'm like, but I'll never get the axes that way. Maybe I need to, like, start wearing, like, tier 2 or something, or, like, purposely slum it so they'll be like, oh, Vrograg doesn't have gear. Yeah, big brain. We'll go here. Yep. Yeah, Panda. I think I remember that too. It was the same situation, by the way. It was literally like a, I don't want to take it away from someone who's like, it's going to be impactful and like allow them to do more content. Whereas like, I'm shooting for like vanity axes essentially. Oh, right. Your parody, of course. Okay, yeah. Yeah. For PvP, bring honor to her with top PvP rank. Do you... Okay, first off. What makes you think I would like PvP, first off? I think over the whole span of years of me doing content, I have done, on stream, I think 3 or 4 battlegrounds, which, by the way, were the only battlegrounds I did during that time. Like, off stream, I didn't do any. I don't think that would be fun. Not for me. Maybe for you guys. You'd be like, guys, get in this BG. Vrograg's here. Easy HKs. Ah, thank you, Parody. So Doom's Edge. Yep, it does have axes on it. And then Deathbringer. So it looks like Deathbringer would be your main hand, right? And his Doom Edge would be your offhand. Yep. Yeah, that could do. That could do quite nicely. Dang. So maybe I should start doing Oni again, just with Vrograg. Another thing that makes it tough is that a lot of times when my guild is doing stuff, like I'm just hanging out vibing, you know, and I see them like gathering for a raid. I don't have anything I really want in the raid, but I'll be like, hey, do you guys need any help? And usually if I'm offering to help, I'm just going to bring my shaman, because my shaman can heal and do really good damage. So, and I can also buff other melee. So it's like, I'm doing more help than I probably would do with Vrograg, even if Vrograg would out DPS my shaman. Like, you know what I mean? So I have to make like a concerted effort to like push all that stuff to the back of my mind. Be like, no, I want to get an axe. ZG gloves? That would no. There's no glove. Well, remember, I'm an orc, so I get 3. 5 from rogue, and then I get 5 if I do the axe quest, right? So I'm at 13. I get that one. I get Doom's Edge. I'm capped. At that point, I don't even need to take the weapon skill talent, because it would just be wasted. I think I probably... Should you? Do you get any value out of additional weapon skill? I actually don't know the answer to that. Wait, no, so wait. I just didn't do the math right. So 5 from the quest, 4 from the axe, that's 9. 3 from the racial is 12. So I would need only 3 from my spec. Yeah, almost, I think, outside of tier 1, I think every rogue set glove is just really, really good. Just really, really good. You kind of don't want to not use it. My tier 2 gloves on Vrograg, in fact, have a threat enchantment on it, and the reason I use tier 2 is so I can maybe get the 3 set tier 2 bonus, which I don't do anymore. That's a whole other story. But the other nice thing is rogue tier 2 gloves, just, you don't have to put like a weapon chain or anything. It just, as part of the gear, it says you're immune to disarm, which is actually pretty nice. It doesn't come up much, but when I would mess around to do tanking, not getting disarmed, the few times I would get disarmed, it's kind of funny. I honestly, Parody, I do not remember tier 1, so I didn't want to say it was good without remembering. I did the 0.5 set anyway, so I probably would have never really looked at them, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think those are... What are the 2 pieces that are bind on equip out of the tier 1? I think it's... Is it belts and boots? I cannot quite remember. Yeah. Even though I'm a big rogue enjoyer, Dark Mantle 4-piece tier set should have been nerfed. I don't know why it wasn't. It's way too strong. Really? Fine. I'm over here trying to swim. It's wrist and belt. Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds right. So, fun story though about Rogue Tier 1 and Vrograg. Why am I in combat? That's odd. A long time ago, when Vrograg was a freshly immortal level 60, I was starting to collect my tier 0, as you do. And I was in a, what is that, Stratholme Live? And there was a rogue in the group who was also trying to get tier 0. And the tier 0 shoulders were the last piece that they needed. And they dropped. And he told me about that. I'm like, yeah, you can take them. Like, I'm still slowly gathering stuff. I just dinged a couple weeks ago. It's not a big deal. And that guy, I guess he had done like at least like 20 runs or something to get that. He was at his wit's end. I remember this. This is one of the reasons the community is so great. He was so gracious and thankful that I just let him have the shoulders, that the next day when I logged in, I went to my mailbox and I saw I had mail. Oh, what's this? That rogue, the night after he got the shoulders, he did a molten core, and he specifically asked that the belt and wrist rogue pieces that dropped were sent to me as thanks. I'm telling you guys, it's the best community ever. And I will always cherish those. Those were my first pieces of tier gear that I got not through raid, but through being nice. Oh, here it is. Anything biting today, we're going to give him the fish. Now, that's a fine catch. Come over here, let me show you how to set a few lines. There it is, fishing 300. Yeah, the tier 1 rogue set's very underwhelming. Don't even need, rogues don't want an alternate tier 1 tier set. We just want a decent tier 1 tier set. Where is it? Where's it? Skills? Fishing. It's all open. It's all open from here on out. We can fish to our heart's content. I wasn't that bad. It did technically take 2 hours. I could have made it a little quicker, but you know, by having a hearthstone, those kind of things, not stopping to yap. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go next. Murag and I were working in Tenaris. I think, you know, I haven't done any quests in Feralis, really. Do I have any room on my book? Wait. I'm on the wrong continent, aren't I? I am. Wait, no, I'm on the right continent. Yeah, I mean, there's some quests here. I can maybe do some of these. I got a little bit of space. Content. Yes, exactly. I was just recognizing... So, like, obviously, I'm partial about fishing. I like fishing. I think it's fun. However, I am not going to begrudge the people that are like, fishing is really boring. I will never do it. I fall asleep when doing it. And now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, and to get 300 fishing, you got to do this quest. This quest is a pain in the butt. So to anyone who feels like that, I feel you. You're not wrong. Yeah. Fishing in hardcore is a whole different vibe. I almost would like to think that fish feels like, it's not, but it feels like fish is almost like a currency to the hardcore community. They're like, oh yeah, you want that? How many stone scale you got? And that's why Rodfather is probably some sort of wealthy robber baron. You can also get some nice gear as well from fishing in certain spots. Anything that has like a bloated fish has a chance of dropping like a really nice like ring. You fish for leather. By the way, when you said leather skin, that reminded me that part of my proposal, right? My proposal to the team about things they could do to make fishing more immersive and fun. There are like easier to implement ideas, and then there's like, Vrograg's been drinking again ideas, right? So, more in the line of the Vrograg's been drinking again ideas, I had... You guys know how alchemy tables work? They're little tables that you can make flasks at. I'm like, every single little fishing center, like town or city, should have what I would call a fishing workbench or something. And you can take your fish and you can butcher them. And one of the things that you could make, right, is like bait. It's kind of similar to the chum one, but it would just be like making your own night crawlers with fish you're not going to use. That makes a lot of sense. But the other, because this is what the skin thing made me think of. You could when you skin your fish, you'll have a chance of getting fish scales or fish oil. Those are actually reagents that shaman need, and fishing boats need fish oil too. I was like, that would be like a nice little way of changing the... for instance, look at this. This is a level 35 fish. It sells for 4 copper. That is... It's kind of insulting. If you cook it, I think it sells for 6 copper. All I'm saying is, if you take it and process it, you can maybe make bait, right? Like, look at this. Let's say you could make something that was like equivalent of a nightcrawler. A nightcrawler's 25 silver. I mean, yeah, that would because you take something, you process it, you make it have more value. Maybe people would be concerned about gold farming with it. I get that, but when we're talking coppers, it's like, what's the point? It's such a small amount. And I don't know how much fish scales are worth or fish oil, but I'm pretty sure those are pretty cheap too. So something along that line, I thought would be cool. Where is my flight point? And with the fish scales, I make a brand new makeup and get rich by exploiting the lacking beauty market. The beauty market is not lacking parity. Have you seen the prices at Serendipity's boutique in Undercity or Stormwind? Yeah, fashion's demanding. Fashion's expensive. They can make earth elementals mineable and plant-based mobs pickable. Yes, they could. I think it would be flavorful. They even have that a little bit in AQ40, where like the Anubisaths, like they drop like a mining node. It's not outrageous. It's I think the implementation matters a lot. If you do too much, you can break the economy pretty easily. So it would need to be a very measured thing. Oh, Sylvia, I'm seeing your cats. Can I show your cats off on stream? They're very cute. Cats. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can, I have to remember where all my pictures are. Because for some reason, a lot of my pictures were like glitching out and having issues, and I don't want to do that again. Hold on, I gotta make it smaller. I looked at them quickly. Hopefully there's no identifying information on these cats. These are some adorable cats. I see some kittens. These are good cats. You know why? Because they're not making noise and asking me for food. 2 months? Oh. I count 1, 2, 3, 4 cats. 4 cats. Oh no, Barry, no! Don't dox the cats! Not the cats! By the way, if anyone else has cat pictures they want me to show off, I'd be more than happy to. So Sylvia sent a couple. But that's the one I like because I saw kittens in it. I also saw some discussion from people on the team. Wasn't like a developer, it was someone off to the side like me. Someone who like does work for the team. Right. And then so has access to some channels. Someone was talking about making cauldrons a thing. I like the idea, but there's a lot about the implementation of it that might be tricky, might be difficult, that I would love to see happen. You hope to find some good parents for the kittens? What if you're willing to say, Sylvish, what general region are you in? And then maybe if someone else in chat is in that region, you can like DM Sylvish in case you're looking for a cat. I would love if, like, for some odd reason, my stream became like a cat connection stream where I help people find like their cat. Oh, okay. They're up for adoption already. You wanna take my cat? He's a butthead. Oh, wait a minute. I'm actually done this part of the quest. I can actually mark that. I think that's this one. Yep. And we're gonna go checking out Feralis. Feralis? I never know how to pronounce that name. Feralis. Yeah. Oh, you know, I'll put it up here. Is there like... Hey guys, look, it's a PvP NPC. I would expect that if I did a quest with this NPC that I could be flagged. That's just me though. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, sweet. Someone bought my enormous... Ooh, look at that. So, enormous ogre belt. There's not much to talk about here. This is just a random world drop that I got when I was doing quests with Murag. I can't use it because it's plate. I got 10 gold. Which reminds me... My cooldown is up for Deep Rock Salt. Or refined Deep Rock Salt, rather. Where is it? Okay, we'll make one. Do I have any hides? I do. And I have been selling the cured rugged hides as I go. That way, when the time comes that I actually want epic riding, like I'll have like a head start. That's the big brain play. Now all these fish I need to send to Vrograg. He's an alchemist, so we can make the oil out of them. I could sell the rest. All right. And just like that, we making money. All right. Vrograg. You know what to do with fish. You also know what to do with lockboxes. Anything else Vrograg's gonna want? Nope. Nope. Yeah, the price on them has been going up a little bit. It's been nice. Hold on. I was gonna... All right, let's see here. I think I'm almost done my... Yeah, I'm pretty much done that. All right. Unferth is my... Oops, that's not right. Screen. You take that. Item. Inventory management. The most fun, engaging gameplay you will ever see. But an important part of the game. Okay, I'll save all the leather for me. And that looks good. Mulsar, you can have the breath of the wind. Fire bloom. Everything else is junk. The perils of being a veteran. You have all these bank alts. You got to remember their names. All right. I don't know why I have gorilla fangs. Hopefully it's useful to me still. Two kinds of... I don't think this mana potion's even valuable to me anymore. It's not. Okay, and I'll store a bunch of junk in my bank. Then I will check out... Someone told me to check out Discord, so I will. auction house, all that stuff. It's good. No, I will, Jose. I will. I just I actually don't have mobile auction house on. I have almost everything on this tune that could be considered convenience. All right, let's see here. All right, was that today? Or was today? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Definitely. All right. Yet no no poison pen. Yeah, I would love a poison vendor pet. I have found it's a little easier because Vrograg is Hearth to Booty Bay. So he can... I found out recently there's a poison vendor in Booty Bay. I didn't realize that until actually quite recently. I wonder what kind of quest we got here. Yeah, sure. We'll try this one out. I don't want to fill up my log, and I also don't want to get too far ahead of Murrog. Or I'm not ahead of Murrog, but I think there's an ogre one that I could do too. What do you want me to do? Yes. Okay, there's a chance this might flag me, because I just talked to a flagged NPC. Yeah, because yeah, the ogres are up that way too. Oh yeah. This will be easy. All right, let's get the real beast out. Oh wait, she's still with Bramble-Claw, isn't she? There it is. All right, and I will get rid of that. Looks like I'm all equipped. By the way, I did a quest. I think it was a Zul'Farrak quest, maybe? A 14 agility ring. Or maybe it was this one. A 13 agility ring. There's a lot of really good agility rings in Daenerys, by the way. Yeah, Jose, there is. If you're looking for it... let me see if I can... Does Booty Bay have a map? I guess it doesn't. Anyway, you wanna go in the lower level and like against the cliff wall, kind of like in the back alley. There is a poison vendor back there. True story. If not, I mean, you can look it up on Wowhead and figure it out. You're a smart guy. Yeah, no problem. I think Booty Bay's probably for Vrograg like my favorite Hearth location, because like it's like the fishing capital of the game. Why wouldn't Vrograg hang out there all day? Drinking, fishing, fighting, reporting. And when I do machinima, I have a patch, a custom patch that makes every single surface in Nomer magenta so that I can chroma key it. And in Booty Bay, there's a teleporter that Horde can use to get to Nomer. So like, it's the most convenient spot for me. It stinks when I need to like get to Orgrimmar though. But yeah. A lot of stuff goes on in Orgrimmar. Can I go up this way? I actually don't know. Come on, Misha. We can get up here. We can get up here. We're two capable, sassy women. All right. Misha's going to warm them up. I'm going to stretch. Pull up the old axes. And drop a trap. Or were these guys... What level are they? 40... Oh, these guys are pretty low level for me, but it's all good. I think someone's killed them all, too. Gnomes are what would happen if the Oompa Loompas killed Wanda and took over the... You mean Wonka. Wanda. WandaVision? Gnomer? Oh, yeah, that's true. Misha? Misha? Where did you go, Misha? Misha, you can't keep going under the ground. That's not how this works. Okay, I'm just gonna fight this guy. I have no way of stopping your spell from casting, so enjoy that. Well, it's okay, Jose. I was actually more excited for the Scarlet Witch and Gnome crossover that we could have had. Murog's a big fan of Scarlet Witch. She even read, I think, the House of M storyline in like a comics omnibus. Yeah, I think I'm going to steamroll this quest, but that's all good. I'm assuming I get the threat for... I must get the threat for immolation trap. I can't see another other way around it. But I guess survival hunter... I guess any hunter doesn't have to worry too much about threat because you always have feigned death. I was just wondering how that works out for them. Yeah, I've heard good things about Guild Wars 2. I played the original Guild Wars like way back, but beyond that, I don't have much experience with the IP. What does this do? Oh, okay. Bring it back. Easy. I play a thief named Only Borrowing. That's kind of good. I remember one thing that... Wait, is there more of these? Oh, I can just click it because I can click it. There's a hidden quest in the Knoll camp. You'll find a backpack hanging on a tree. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for it. I think there's like someone also high level here who's just absolutely dumpstering these ogres. All right, Misha, can you get to that guy without going underground? Thank you. A park of the Silithids. Oh, I had no idea that. Really? Huh, yeah, I guess it would make sense that there would be... Are there Silithids in for all us? That there must be, right? Because they're in all the neighboring zones. Maybe they stopped at Desolus because Desolus is so desolate. They're in the Barrens. Explosive trap. Let's go. Into cleave. Or, what's that thing called? Carve. At least the ogres don't run. Me and Misha are going to divide and conquer here. How's that one going, Misha? All right, you got them all softened up. Love to see it. Help an enterprising goblin open a zoo by collecting eggs from different dinos around Ungoro. Basically help make Jurassic Park. Have it end by having to kill a devilsaur or something. That's actually a really good idea. Personally, I love leveling on Ungoro. It's one of my favorite zones. I think a lot of people like Ungoro too. It just has a very unique and fun layout, I feel. Wait, are the Silithids aren't in Desolace though, are they? I don't think they are. Which I find interesting because they're in Shimmering Flats. So, like, clearly it's not about how much food they can get because they're living in, like, a salt dune. Oh, jeez. I remember back when it first started, there was like a way to submit quests, but I don't know what ever happened to that system. I don't know if they like rightly even got rid of it, but I always wanted to make a quest for Turtle WoW somehow. You know, I don't know how crazy it would be, but people underestimate the crystal quest in Ungoro. I've learned how valuable it is, specifically for lunatics can use the crystal charges for certain effects. When I asked them about like materials that they could use, they're like green and blue crystal charges, or like the crystals from Ungoro. So I actually was over there recently. I sent them over some because you can put them on the auction house. Sometimes they sell, but oh, Zardameh. Yeah, I guess I just chose not to do Desolace because I don't think they're in Stone Talon. Stone Talon's too far north, I guess. Maybe like they need it more tropical or warm or something, which makes sense. I mean, they're bugs. Yeah, I remember them in the Barrens. That I don't forget at all. On Turtle WoW, I don't know how fixed it is, but back in the day, those little swarmer Silithid things in the Barrens, if someone pulled them and ran away, they would keep all of their spawns, and there'd be no way to tell, but you could pull one of the swarmers and get like 25 little bugs on you, and if you didn't have AoE, you just died. Now to put in questions, can those Silithids up far north hear the hive mind in AQ after the gates drop? You know, they don't really... I mean, maybe I don't know all the quest lore, but I don't think they establish too well how they communicate or if they have different hive mentalities based on, like, the hive itself. You know, I mean, if they act like ants, then they'd be, like, really tribal and based on location. So, like, I don't know how that would work. Look at them try to hurt me. I'm impervious. Because I'm so much higher level than them. Let's see, I need just 2 more mages. Oh, that's nice. Mish, you get started on them. I'm going to check for mages. I don't see any mages. It's the first time we meet Millhouse Manus. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Open question. I've been on Vrograg before, and I was recently something I do like every now and then. So I'll go fishing with Vrograg, and then I'll put on like a human disguise, and then try to sell fish to humans at quote unquote not an orc fishmonger emporium. Well, what's our mess doing? Anyway, sorry. So, the reason I bring that up... Did I need whatever I just picked up? What did I just pick up? Ripped Ogre Loincloth. Interesting. Sorry. Was going to trade them back. You're hardcore. Wanted the T-Mog. I just wanted the ripped ogre loincloth. I was just gonna take the loincloth and just trade it right back to him, but then when I went to go trade, he's hardcore. I just stole loincloths from that man. Yeah, I mean, okay, was it just me? He did seem like he was AFK though, right? Careful, there's feral beasts in this region. What would give you that indication? Come on, guys. I'm looking for a mage. Hello? Mage? Any mage? Just need one mage. Yeah, the bear is my protection. I need the bear to protect me from all the dangerous ogres that I'm raffle stomping. Excuse me, is there a mage here? I need a mage. I desperately need a mage. Really? Well, we got what we wanted. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's just gather them all. Wait, come on. All right, guys, come this way. All right, let's do this like a mage. Can you not come here? Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to do that. Are they okay? Like, they don't seem to want to fight me. Okay, we're back on. Uh-oh, wait. Okay, wait. I do the heal thing. I'll do that. Where's my bandage? I don't quite understand what's going on. Like, they can't get over this hump, it looks like. Anyway. Oh, wait, they're all healed up again. Oh, you're a bunch of cheaters. Okay, we have an idea. I forgot I could just drop Frost Trap and run. It's kind of great. Misha, why is your pet health so low? Misha, get back to me. Come on. We don't got time for that. We're not playing games. Look at them. They'll never catch me. Not with, this. Oh, bear. What? Huh? Oh, that's not very nice. Sorry about that. Okay. Now I need to kill a bunch of woodpaw gnolls because someone in town told me to. Huh. I wonder why the Ogres of Feralis appears twice on my quest log. That's a little concerning. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta make sure to wing clip them because gnolls like to run away. I just remembered I had the ice block trap, so I could totally like CC one and deal with multiple mobs. Yeah, any day now, I'll, like, figure out the whole hunter kit. I love those late noises they like to give. Okay, how would I do this? So, like, the trapper's going to be ranged. The mongrel and the brute are probably... Okay, how... You do that. I'll do this. There it is. Man, hunters can get away with all kinds of murder, can't they? Sylvish, thanks for sharing your cats. Have a good night. Sleep well. I think when I finish up these quests, I'm probably going to be calling it quits too. Murog's going to be home soon. I think she was... Oh, wait, no, she had to work. Trying to remember what my wife's up to. No, she's at work. These mains at least are dropping a pretty good clip. I only need one more. I gotta imagine the trappers. They must. Yeah, they do shoot. Go ahead, try to run. I dare you. Yeah, that's right. You got wing clipped. All right, we got the 10. How do I get out of here? Okay. And there it is. A couple nice easy quests. Done. Knocked out. Love to see it. More excited about the fishing, though. There's a camp of gnomes up on the hill. The backpack is there. Up on the hill. I'll check this out. Up on the hill. Do you have like coordinates, Jose? Do you mean this area right here? Because I think there's a quest that has me go there anyway. The southern part. Down this way? I also have a quest that's going to take me down there. Or the southern area of this region. I'll still look around for a backpack. You said there was a backpack near the knolls. West now of there? West. West. And these guys, I should have a pretty good range around. Southwest corner of the map? Oh, here? Ah, no, we're turned in. I thought you meant like in like the vicinity. I know for a fact. I'll check that out when there's I think you have to kill wyverns down in that corner. I have a distinct memory of that. Yeah, I thought you meant like right around here, and I'm like, I thought there was Tauren there, not gnomes. My memory is not great, so where am I going? I should be going towards Camp Mojache. Yeah, if I get any more leveling done with Murag, maybe next time you guys see me, I'll be level 50. Level 50. That would be huge. I don't know. 50 is kind of a fun level. There's like a lot of like dungeons and stuff, and it's like the last hurrah before you start just going to Black Rock Mountain forever. If you know, you know. But there's other stuff I can do too, so. No, that is one of the few timed quests in the game. All right, here's the scroll. Nice. Okay. Maybe I'll do that one after. Who knows? I'm gonna wrap it up there, though. Yeah. I've been on for about 3.5 now. So that's as good a place to wrap it up as any. Actually, you know what? I don't feel like Rexxanna will like. She'll like hang out here, but I don't think she's gonna stay in an inn. Where is it? Back up and sit. There it is. The gang's all here. Okay. All right. So, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do the majority, the entirety of the 300 fishing quest. I'm glad I could show that off. And learn that the fishing, one of the items is a fishing offhand. That was fun. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for interacting. All the support from Sunday's big event. Thank you again to everyone who showed up, everyone who donated. That's awesome. My Turtle Wow News Radio should be live soonish, whenever Dan gets around to uploading it. So expect to, if you listen to the radio, you can expect to hear that sometime in the next coming, whenever it's. I don't know when it's scheduled to show up, so keep an ear out for it. But we'll wrap it up there for now. So until next time, take care of yourself, take care of one another. When you're playing games, make sure you're having fun, because that's the whole point. And, as always, remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge. Bye, guys.